guys, this is a quick video on how to set your keys to step key so that we create some holds. So this is a shot that one of my students is working on in the advanced animation class. So she's using the BodyMech rig here. So I'm going to go ahead and select all the controls, because remember, it's super important that we select all our controls and set a key at each one of our keyframes during this assignment and in the initial blocking phase. So I'm just going to select a portion of it. I've got all of the controls selected, and I'm going through to each keyframe and hitting S to make sure I've got every single control keyed at all of these points. Okay. So I'm going to put my focus down here in the graph editor by moving my mouse into the graph editor, and then I'm going to hit Shift and click inside the graph editor. So now the focus is inside here. So when I hit frame, it's going to frame all the keys in the entire scene. So that's hitting the F button. It will frame all the keys in the graph editor inside the scene. But if I hit G, it's going to frame only the keyframes that I have selected. And you can see here I'm really only working on frames 105 to 160. So now we're only looking at what I have selected. So right now the keys are on step key mode. I'm going to go ahead and marquee select all the curves. And as you can see, I'm not selecting over a keyframe, I'm just selecting the curves themselves. Okay? You guys probably are on auto key. I think we set our preferences to auto key. So when your stuff is on auto key and you set your keyframes, the computer is going to be interpolating between the shots. So what it's doing right now is creating an ease in and ease out automatically between all of the keyframes. But we don't want that for our blocking pass, and we don't want that for our silhouette assignment. So what we want to do to make sure it's on step key is, again, I'm going to come up here. I've got all keys selected. All right. If you don't have the Anim School Picker, oops, that's fine. You can also, as long as you've got NURBS curves displayed, we can marquee select all the controls by hitting Shift and the right mouse button and dragging over our character inside the window, and then you'll see we've got all of our controls selected. So again, I'm going to come down here to the graph editor. I'm hitting Shift and I'm clicking with the right mouse button inside the graph editor so that the focus is down here now. And you can see I still have all of my curves selected. So I'm going to, again, marquee select with the right mouse button. I'm just dragging it over the curves where there isn't a key, and that selects all of the curves. So there's two different ways to turn it into step key. One of them right here is by selecting this button, which will change our curves to stepped tangents. And if you just hover above these buttons, it will tell you what the control is. So if we go here, this is for plateau tangents. If we go here, this is for linear tangents. In this case, we want to go to step key tangents. So we're going to select this button, and you'll see how it's changed the curves inside the graph editor. So what it's done with step keys is it basically holds the pose until you create a new key. Oh, something's still interpolating. Oh, that's right, because this arm switches from being IK to FK. So in this case, I couldn't just drag select up here. I do need to, if we go to frame 1, you'll see that this is in IK mode right now. I'm gonna need to come up here. Every time you see that little spinning wheel, it's because it's doing an autosave in the background. So you can see some of the curves inside here are still interpolating. So again, I'm going to marquee select. I'm going to say curves. Actually, I'm going to say tangents. Tangents, and I'm going to go to stepped. I want stepped key tangents. And that will change it. So now each pose is held at each frame. So when you shoot it out, up here you go Windows, Play Blast. Now each keyframe is held until it pops to the next one. So it's like having a series of drawings. It's super similar to how we would animate when we were doing hand-drawn animation. We'd start with your basic keyframes, and then later on in the process, after you get your timing signed off, you add in the in-betweens to make the motion smooth. So hopefully this helps you guys. I can't wait to see your homework tonight. Have a good day.